Holly was correct. Mothers often are. Earlier this season, June objected to her mother's portrayal of Nick as a deceitful Nazi villain, and guess what? Holly was spot on. Among all the individuals, Lawrence, Serena, whom June had to reluctantly trust this episode, it was Nick who ultimately betrayed her. But before we get into episode 6, if you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button, drop a like and comment on the video, and if you're able, please sign up for channel memberships for exclusive content, which really helps us out. Anyway, let's get back to this one. So, when faced with the choice of striking a blow against Gilead or preserving his own safety, Nick opted for self-preservation. Much like Winston Smith betraying Julia in 1984, the oppressive weight of a regime caused him to fracture and yield. After the murder of Toby and under the influence of Wharton, who exploited Nick's father issues with all that son talk, Commander Blaine surrendered. He betrayed Mayday and sabotaged the plan that everyone was risking their lives for. Now, he's lost the only good thing in his life. Additionally, if June stays true to her nature, he might just lose all his teeth as well. The cramped space of that hiding spot leaves Nick with no escape from June's seething fury. Remember, this is a woman who has taken down more than one commander with her bare hands. If this were a fantasy series instead of a dystopian one, it's easy to envision fiery laser beams shooting from June's furious eyes, turning Blaine into a pile of ash on Serena's closet floor as the weight of his guilt hit him. This explains Nick's frantic "let's move to Paris" obsession. He realized he'd already lost June, much like the carbonara conversation in the post-coital flashback. He was daydreaming to cling to her for just a moment longer. Finally, The Handmaid's Tale has taken the time to develop Nick's character just as his and June's love story reaches a sudden conclusion. Even if she manages to free him from that closet unharmed, trust and forgiveness will be out of reach for her, and if Mayday discovers his involvement, he'll be at the top of their hit list. Through his interactions with Wharton and a revealing flashback, we learn that Nick is a troubled youth who found status, wealth, a father figure, and a future in Gilead. Given this background, it's understandable that he succumbed to Wharton's intimidation. As Rita pointed out, making the courageous choice isn't always as straightforward as June makes it seem. Speaking of Wharton, has Serena opted for the easy way out by accepting his marriage proposal? June believes so, and it was gratifying to see how much this perspective bothered Serena. Lacking female companionship or any friends, Serena genuinely seems to desire June's validation and Rita's warmth, two things that are forever out of reach for her. Her loneliness and her desire to romanticize her Gilead past blind her to the reality that the women she serves breakfast smoothies to were once enslaved by her. Does this remind you of anyone? Oatmeal raisin, Lydia? Really? Janine was fortunate not to have shoved that treat basket where the sun doesn't shine. The scene was a standout moment for Madeline Brewer, but less so for Ann Dowd, who appears to be stuck in a single mode this season. Dowd's performance has been limited to Lydia barking orders about her girls like a golden retriever chasing chickens. We know Lydia is a fanatic, but has she always been this foolish? Janine may have inadvertently helped Dowd by presenting her with the Bring Charlotte Back challenge. Hopefully, Lydia will receive more screen time, greater depth, and return to Janine next time with more than just cookies. Naomi seems to be under the delusion that she's part of the Real Housewives of Gilead rather than The Handmaid's Tale. Even Cara Dene's sporadic appearances this season fussing over Angela and the decor of the Lawrence home have provided a delightful comic relief. More importantly, they have shed light on Lawrence's intricate character. His tenderness and remorse are evident in his interactions with little Angela, who serves as a mere prop, preventing Lawrence from descending into a Shakespearean soliloquy where he would voice his doubts and justifications directly to the audience. Overall, the scenes in the Lawrence household are primarily entertaining. Joseph's gentle nudge to Naomi out of the basement, "This is actually a beautiful space," where he was hiding two of Gilead's most wanted, adds a humorous touch to an otherwise dark drama. Speaking of darkness, is electricity measured in New Bethlehem, or is there a rule against turning on the main light? Every scene is shrouded in dimness, perhaps a metaphor for its moral ambiguities, but also a stylistic choice that deepens the enigma surrounding a character like Wharton, who is seldom seen out of the shadows. Josh Charles's character has become an essential part of Season 6, presenting one of the few remaining enigmas of the show. Is he a progressive thinker or a chauvinist? A romantic at heart or a love-bombing manipulator? In this episode, Wharton showcases his skills as a master manipulator, expertly toggling between good cop and bad cop. He seems to possess an uncanny ability to say just the right things to bend others to his will, which should raise flags to Serena. Judging by her frantic justifications about marrying him to June, she is acutely aware of this. Yvonne Strahovski continues to shine, portraying the complex layers of Serena's vulnerability, uncertainty, arrogant pride, and fierce aggression. This brings us back to the tense moment between June and Nick in the closet. His betrayal has thwarted June and Luke's efforts to get closer to Hannah, potentially endangering every woman in the penthouse even further. He has inadvertently saved the despicable Commander Bell and halted Lawrence's progressive reforms. Can Nick find a way to redeem himself, or is this the end of the line for him?